and I've been playing the shit out of this game. I'm loving it. Also, guys, why don't you right now go in the comments and leave me a question, because I'm going to be doing a Q&A soon, and this would be your chance to be featured in one of my videos. So if you want to be in the video or get your question answered, or there's something you really want to ask me, why don't you leave a comment below, or you can tweet me on Twitter at aluna or whatever. It's always in the description, so if you want to go to my Twitter and ask me something, feel free to do that, because not many people usually ask on Twitter, and you'd most likely be in the video. So guys, anyway, I'm going to get right into the story. Now, the story is about smoking weed and passing out. Now, guys, I've told you before in videos that I am on a break right now, and many people come to me and they're like, Austin, why are you on a break? And this is basically my answer to that. I suffer from low blood pressure, not suffer, but I have low blood pressure, and smoking lowers blood pressure, and it causes it to drop dangerously low, and it can cause me to pass out. So I've only passed out like twice, and I really don't like it. It's one of the scariest things I've had to experience, and I'm just gonna tell you the exact things or the events before and what led up to it. So guys, my buddy is a complete fiend when it comes to smoking. He will have 8 dealers at my house at once if he wants to. So I asked him to come over and spend the night, and he's like, yo, your mom's not here, why don't we smoke? So I was like, alright. So he came over and he called over his friend, or connection as some would say, and he pulls up and he gets his stuff, and I'm like, what is that? That doesn't even look like weed. He's like, well, it is. It's just I didn't have a lot of money, so I got Reggie, and we get a lot more. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, dude, no, I'm not. I don't want to smoke Reggie. He's like, dude, it's dank Reggie. I'm like, you mean shitty weed? And he was just explaining to me on how good the stuff was, and guys, never smoke Reggie. Either smoke good shit or don't smoke at all, because it isn't worth the shitty feeling I got from it. So guys, we smoked this Reggie, and I got this like little head buzz, and it was okay, I'm not gonna lie. It was kind of a nice high, but at the same time it was just kind of like a shitty, I kind of felt like just kind of like a head buzz, and I got a little lightheaded. Guys, a few times before this, every time I would smoke and stand up, I would get extremely lightheaded. Now, I'm sure you've all experienced standing up and getting lightheaded, but this was on a whole nother level. Like, I could lose my vision for a split second. So, anyway, guys, we were smoking, and after we got done, like I said, I got that weird feeling, and like it wasn't too insane, and I don't know, I really wasn't enjoying myself. So we went inside and we were playing some Grand Theft Auto 4, because this was before Grand Theft Auto 5 was even out. We were just playing GTA 4, and my one friend's like, yo, I'm gonna order a pizza. Do you want to chip in? I'm like, yeah, sure, I'm down. So he's like, all right, why don't you go and grab your money? And I'm like, all right, give me a minute. So he calls the pizza guy, and I never ended up actually getting my money. So he yells to me and says, Austin, hurry up and go get the money. The pizza guy's at the door. So I got up and started running. Now, guys, I got up and didn't realize that, you know, sometimes when you stand up you get dizzy. Well, if you stand up and run, it's going to get twice as worse. So I stood up and I was running, not even realizing what was going on. I got about halfway to my room to grab my money, and all of a sudden the whole lightheaded feeling has hit me. And all of a sudden I got really dizzy, and I was like, don't worry, I'll stick it out. But what I should have done was just sat down. So before I could sit down, all of a sudden I put my hands on the wall. Next thing I know, I was waking up on the floor. And before I even like passed out, I was getting, here's what I experienced, guys, and this is when you should know to sit down or take a break. I stood up, my arms were tingling, and my hands were tingling, and my fingers, it went all the way down to my feet. My whole body had a vibrating, tingling, warm feeling, and all of a sudden my eyes started to get colored particles in them, and I just got really lightheaded, and next thing I know, my vision went black, and I was waking up. So when I woke up, guys, my hearing was fucked up. It felt like someone took a nail to my eardrums, and I was freaking out. Like, I was like, oh my god, what just happened? My friend's like, dude, call an ambulance. And I was like, no, it's good, I'm fine. And thank god I told him not to, because that would have sucked. Like, they would have found out and I would have gotten in trouble. But I mean, you know, your health is always more important than what your parents think of you. So if any of you guys ever pass out and you're with your friends, or you're experiencing like tingling in your fingers, or I don't know. I just think that your health is more important. And but I ended up being okay. I have low blood pressure, so I knew that I would get that sometimes. So that's why I didn't call an ambulance. But I remember waking up, and I remember the pizza guy was actually sitting above me, and he's like, dude, are you alright? And this is actually the best part, I think. After he got me up, and he was like, are you okay, man? Your eyes are flushed, and you look messed up. You're pale. I'm like, yeah, it's fine, dude. I was just kind of, I don't know, I have low blood pressure. He's like, yeah, man, I know you were smoking. I'm like, what? He goes, I know you were smoking. I get that too sometimes when I smoke. And I started dying. And the guy was like, I can probably tell how hungry you guys are. And I'm sure this kid's even hungrier because he just passed out. So, it's on me. And the guy just walked away. And I thought that was so awesome because, like, I don't know, usually, you gotta tip him. But what I actually ended up doing was I ran into his car and gave him like $5. And I'm like, dude, thanks for being such a champ. And yeah, he drove away, and on that being all right, I had to ride out the high, but I was really scared to stand up because I thought I was gonna get dizzy. But anyway, guys, that's my story about smoking weed and passing out.